Well, let's face it, Premiere Pro is amazing, but just like a high-performance sports car, it needs a little tuning to truly unleash its potential. Today, we have 6 steps to speed up the performance of Premiere Pro and effectively supercharge your editing workflow. Number 1. Cache files. Premiere Pro relies on cache files to improve playback performance. These files are like little previews Premiere uses to run things smoothly, but just like a browser overloaded with cookies, these files can accumulate and bog down your system. Here's the fix. Go to Preferences and click on Media Cache. Choose a dedicated storage location for the cache files and prioritize a fast hard drive, ideally an SSD in our case. Enable the automatically delete cache files older than option and choose a comfortable time frame. For me, 15 days is a good starting point. Lastly, hit delete to clear out the existing cache files. This simple maintenance routine can make a big difference, ensuring that Premiere Pro runs smoothly and your system stays responsive. Number 2. Playback resolution. Conquering choppy playback, especially with high resolution footage, is a common editing hurdle. It would help if you considered lowering the preview resolution. A lower resolution preview allows your system to focus its resources on editing tasks, resulting in a more responsive and fluid experience. Click the playback resolution drop-down on the program monitor and choose a lower resolution like 1/2 or 1/4. Remember that you're editing, not exporting the final video yet, so there is no problem with lowering the playback resolution. Number 3. Proxies. Now, if you don't know much about proxies, think of them as your editing sidekicks. These are lower resolution versions of your original footage. Premiere uses proxies for smoother editing, then seamlessly switches back to the high resolution versions of your footage when you export. Here is how to create proxies. Select your clips in the project panel, right click and choose proxy and then create proxies. By default, the size of your videos will be cut in half. You can adjust this further or set a custom resolution for even smaller files. Add a watermark if you want a visual reminder that proxies are on. Choose a location on your computer to save the proxies. Click OK and send them to Adobe Media Encoder for processing. A progress indicator will show you how things are going. Once created, enable proxies using this button in the program monitor. If you can't find it, you can add it from this plus icon. Number 4. The Mute Effects button. When your project gets complex, effects can slow things down. Here is a trick to fix that. Look for the Mute Effects button on the program monitor. You can drag it from the plus sign. If you can find it here, click it to temporarily disable effects, giving you a smoother editing experience. Just remember to re-enable them when you need to export your video. Number 5. RAM. Premiere loves RAM like a kid loves candy. The more you give it, the happier it is. Here is how to allocate more RAM for Premiere. Go to Preferences and click on Memory. Allocate as much RAM as you can comfortably spare, keeping in mind how much your other programs need. And remember to close any unnecessary apps while you're editing inside Premiere Pro. Number 6. GPU acceleration. Modern GPUs can be workhorses for Premiere. Here is how to leverage their power. Go to File, Project Settings and click on General. Under Video Rendering and Playback, look for Renderer and choose a GPU accelerated option like Mercury Playback Engine GPU Acceleration. This autolyzes your graphics card for faster effects processing and smoother playback. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe and hit the bell, and see you in the next video.